Some breaking news coming in at this moment. These are visuals coming in from the Terracotta Warriors Museum. Those pictures streaming in live from Doordarshan News that Modi has in fact reached the museum. We'll try playing those visuals in just a short moment. He has in fact reached that museum. The pictures for which we are actually showing you, these are pictures from earlier in the day when he actually left his hotel. We'll get you all the latest as well as the analysis, and as you can see, Narendra Modi in fine style, wearing his sunglasses, is now visiting the Terracotta Warriors Museum. He's being accompanied by officials of the Chinese government. There are representatives from India as well. You've got the National Security Advisor right behind him, Ajit Doval. Narendra Modi is being told about what he's actually seeing, but given the keen interest he actually has in learning new things, Narendra Modi has not just picked up the language, but has also understood what he needs to know about China. He's been making all the right noises, saying all the right things diplomatically as far as this visit is concerned. It's very significant, the first by Narendra Modi to China. China is known as the other superpower in the Asian continent. And there is a message that is being sent around that India and China both can coexist. So there's a great degree of effort that is being taken by this establishment to project India in that particular way, that no one country is actually subservient to the other. Smita is still with us. Smita, I'm sure you don't have access to television right now, so let me quickly describe what we see right now. Narendra Modi has reached the Terracotta Warriors Museum, and we can see him actually looking at this particular discovery. Just take us through what exactly is the Terracotta Museum.
Well, yes, I can't see those visuals on air right now, Sanket, but let me tell you also that we did actually catch a glimpse of that fascinating museum, which does happen to be one of, in fact, Xi'an's biggest historical sites. Yesterday, when we landed in Xi'an, we headed out there, and it's just amazing. It leaves you with such a huge impression. It was really in March of 1974 that a group of farmers here in Xi'an, which happens to be in Shaanxi, that is the home province of the current Chinese president, these farmers were really digging up for ground well water. Now that's when, of course, they struck this treasure trove in a way, because they found certain figurines, these terracotta or baked, that clay earth, in fact, figurines that they really came upon, and then archaeologists took to digging out. There were around 3 to 4 pits that were built around Qin Huang's mausoleum, and there are almost life-sized really figurines as well of infantry, of cavalry, of chariots, more than at least 7,000 soldiers figurines, 150 chariots, horses. So that this is this entire pit, which in fact has been built into a museum. There are 4 buildings in this entire courtyard. If you see, it's one of those sites that draws in lakhs of visitors and tourists from across the world every year. The UN had declared it as a World Heritage Site in 1987, really. And it's very amazing the way they have gone ahead, not just with digging, not just with finding this treasure trove, but also the way they are reconstructing, some of the damaged figurines. That's also another place where Mr. Modi will be headed to, where you can see some of the figurines that have been kept in boxes. They are being preserved in a certain sort of a way. And also there are areas where the archaeologists, in fact, continue to dig, because they think that there will be possibly much more clay earth figures that will be found here. Talking of Xi'an, just to give an idea to our audience, to our viewers, really, Sanket, today, when you come to Xi'an, you see wide roads, you see all these broad streets, you see sky rises, skyscrapers as well, the high rises. There is that element of glamour and glitz. It's just a clean, sparkling city like most of the cities that we come across in China. Shaanxi province, in fact, also boasts of very strong political connections. But the history is just so magnificently imperial, because it almost 13, in fact, dynasties in China, they had made Xi'an either as its political capital or its cultural capital. Nobody really ruled here after the Ming dynasty, but there are ancient city walls. It was built up like a fortress so that the armed forces or the foreign forces could not penetrate this place. There were always those apprehensions. But here right now, I can assume that the visuals that we are playing out, Mr. Modi, of course, in that beige whitish kurta that he is wearing today, we saw him as he stepped out of Shangri-La Hotel where he's staying, where most of, in fact, the foreign dignitaries countries stay when they come to Xi'an. He stepped out, he just waved out to some of the media persons who were standing there and also just did his traditional namaste. He went ahead. In Terracotta Warriors, he will be taking a look because he does include a lot of these kinds of, programs in his itinerary, so that he says that he wants to learn about new things. He's perhaps looking at ways of trying to preserve your history even as you try and modernize cities.
Well,
because,
what we can see right
really
now is something absolutely amazing happening, Smita. It's sad that you can't see this happening. Of course, you'll go back and perhaps do so. You've got members of the Chinese government, officials of the Chinese establishment actually getting a selfie clicked, a picture clicked with the Indian Prime Minister over there. We'll try playing those visuals in just a short moment from now, but he's at the Terracotta Warriors Museum. It's expected to, this particular leg is expected to, let's quickly dip into the audio that we can see of that photo op taking place there. Visit to the Terracotta Warriors Museum has apparently come to an end. Narendra Modi has in fact seen this UNESCO heritage site. It was declared a UNESCO heritage site in 1987. He is inquiring a little about this particular site. We'll get you all the latest about Modi's visit. Of course, this is the first leg of his three-city tour of China.